Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today I'm going to be working on a fall themed 12 by 12 shadow box layout. Now you can use any fall papers that you like, and I have chosen this one here, and it is from let's see, who is it from? I don't see. It's the Four Seasons Autumn 04, and it is from 2020. Why? I don't know. I don't know who it just says PB on there. So I am not sure, but the product code is P13-AUT-04. So the Four Seasons Autumn 04. But I am not seeing a company name on there. Y product, Corona, I don't know what that is. So P13 is the only other symbol I'm seeing. So maybe that will help you. I just found it at a local scrapbooking store, and it was in their bin because it was, you can see it's got this little creases in it, little bends. So I didn't care because I knew that if I needed to, I could conceal that or roll it or do something with it. So that did not bother me. But I just thought that was really pretty, and I love the colors. I did take some glossy accents a little bit ago, and I put some on the acorn and on the berries there, and just a little bit on those set of berries there. And I just marked it where I knew I needed it, because I knew I was going to use this window piece here, and that is from Kaiser Craft, and that is number PS525, and it's called Shutters, and it's from the Memory Lane collection. Now, I looked online. I could find pictures of it, but I couldn't find anybody that was selling it. But the company is from Australia, so I don't know if that'll help you or not. But I have had this in my stash for a couple of years. Let me see if it says a year on this. It does not. So I'm not seeing a year on this package. But I know I've had this a couple of years. And so I'm going to lay this over top of that, and we will go from there. Now I have several things out on my table. As you can see, all the items probably will not be used. I gather several items that I think are going to help me and look good, and then I pick and choose the ones I want. And typically everything does not go on. I'm looking for my pen. Typically I don't use everything because it would be a lot. But I like choices, because sometimes what I think might look good, when I get it on there, I'm like, yeah, no, not so much. So I like a variety. Oh my goodness gracious. This is just plugged right up. I like a variety of choices, so I like them handy, so I don't have to stop and look for something. But sometimes I still do, because even what I have on the table is not what I've got in mind. So, and sometimes I have a good picture in my mind what I want, sometimes not so much. Sometimes it just happens as I start laying things out. You could make this so you could put a picture in it, leave it so you can add a photo and make it a regular scrapbook layout. Like I've told you before, I have several shadow boxes throughout my house, and so I like making my shadow box layouts. I'm going to line this right up perfect with that there. There we go. I'm just going to get my little tool here that I use for pressing things down. Pushes the glue around a little bit. So I just thought this would look pretty. I think when I got it, I originally thought, oh, that would make a cool Christmas thing. And I do have one more, maybe two more of these shutter pages there. I know, I'm pretty sure I still got one more. Better not say that if I don't, right? Okay, so I figured that I would use some of these. These are Prima flowers, so I've got several of those laying here, and we will use a few of those. And this is from item number 590376. So it's just Prima flowers. It doesn't say if it goes to a certain collection or not, but that was the number, 590376. Not sure if they're still available, but that is the number of this one. But any of their fall collections, or Hobby Lobby has some, like I'm going to use some of this, and this is just from the Paper Studio collection. It's got the same kind of peachy pink creamy colors, and this one I got for $1.74 on clearance, $6.99, but they come out with the same items frequently, so, or something close enough. So in addition to that, I made a sunflower, because there's sunflowers in here. So I made a sunflower. Actually, I made two sunflowers. And what I used was a die I got from AliExpress. And it is just a sunflower with this leaf. I've had this for a couple of years. Well, no, at least a year. I did in some of my alley hauls. This is in there along with how I created them. But I actually die cut these out in this yellow, and then I used my Tim Holtz spun sugar and also scattered straw to create that peach pink yellow type flower. Okay, and then I just used my Heartfelt Creations pad here, and I took it. I'm not going to color these because I just smudged them. But I took my little pad here, and then I just ran the ball on the back side of each one of those petals to give it. I did not wet it. This is just your regular 65-pound weight cardstock. And then once that was done, then I run the bigger ball along the center. And then I glued 4 together. I believe 4. Was it 4? 3. So I glued 3 together, and inside there is just some beads from Hobby Lobby, some pink and white and yellow beads, and then also some of this glitter unicorn tears. So it's just multicolored. It's like iridescent. There's pinks and kind of the bluish colors and gold, little tiny stars. This is also from Hobby Lobby, and this is in there like in the craft department, not in the scrapbooking department. It's in the craft department with all the other glitters. So I added some of those in there, and that's this one with the beads, okay, along with some gold colored beads. And then this is the other one, and I did just the kind of gold colored beads in here and the little stars. Okay, gives it a nice little. But I also did a tiny bit of this Martha Stewart Kunzite. It was the glitter that she had years ago. You could buy like a multi-pack. You got, I want to say like 12 or 16 different glitters all in the pack. So that is the sunflowers. And that is the only flowers I made for this project. All right. So with that going on, I think I'm going to start just kind of laying things in here. And there's a star. There we go. And I think I want that kind of there, like that. And let's see here. This one here. And then this is one of those little Hobby Lobby flowers. Okay. And I think we're going to put that somewhere like that. I also, there's a banner in here. You can see that. So I thought, well, I'll just add a banner. So this is just a piece of twine off of a Dollar Tree sign that when I take them off, I just throw them in my little bin with all my other strings and ribbons and stuff. And when I need one, I've got one that's already cut. I don't have to trim any off. So then I took just some regular cardstock, so 65-pound weight, and I cut it 2 inches high by 1.5 inches wide. I then went in and from the bottom, and I went up. Let me see here. I'm just gonna use my ruler like you would see it. There we go. So I'm just going to bring this down, and at 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch. Wow. It's morning yet. I made a mark in the center there. I then came up 1/2 inch. So with this ruler, I can see through it. So I'm just going to lay it at 1/2 inch and just make a mark there and there. Okay. Then I took my scissors and I just went from this mark here to that mark in the center, and I just did an angle. Whoops, that's not going to make a good angle there. So let's try again. I want to go from that mark to that mark, and then from that mark to that mark. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So I figured I'd do 3 of them, and then I took, where is my other, oh, here it is. I took my old paper distress ink and I just smudged the edge just to kind of, I didn't want that stark white on there. So just kind of smudge it up a little bit. There we go. Give it some little color. So now we got 3 of those. So I want to glue this down first, I believe. So let me grab my hot glue gun. I'm done with my ruler. All right, so I have my glue gun heated up here. I'm just going to use my little one here. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that. And I'm going to just kind of lift this up and press that down around the back. Okay. Now how I change out, because the one shadow box that I'm going to put this one in is has a door that opens, and there's not the mat in there, like the foam mat like a lot of shadow boxes have. So I actually take tiny Velcro dots that I find at in the sewing section at like Hobby Lobby. Joann's carries them. I believe Michael's carries them also. But I use those, and I have some permanently on that board, and then I just put my ones for my new projects on upside down so that the glue is facing out, and then I can just put my new piece in, and then that has the Velcros in the exact spot that I need them to put that project in and out. So I'm going to make sure that I get the right length here. Let's see. Yeah, and I don't care if that's going to cover that. All right. So let's go ahead and add our glue to the back of this one. A bit longer. So then anytime I want to change out my shadow boxes, all I have to do is gently pull on them and they come right off. Works pretty good for me because I change out for seasons. Sometimes I just change out just because I like a different picture, but I always usually try to change out for holidays and seasons. So Let's put this one like that. And I just added a little bit of hot glue to the back of that one. And then doing the same thing here, just a little line of hot glue. And we'll put this one over here, and then we'll center the last one. Okay, just like that. Any hot glue strings will be removed at the end. Okay, and I'm just thinking, looks like the center between the two, like that. And then I think what I'm going to do is just take some hot glue and put a little bit of hot glue on the back of this one, just like that. And then that will attach down there, just like that. Okay. All right. And I don't think I have to put hot glue on the other ones. I think they're fine. Well, maybe a little bit to make it more rounded looking. All right. I'm just going to add a dab. Just a dab. Doesn't take very much. I want it more round than. And that one looks fine. Okay. Now, in addition to the, I did make some other flowers, so I am sorry. I lied to you. I took my little flower punch, and this is just a Hobby Lobby punch. It's just a tiny little flower. And I punched out a bunch from different fall-colored scrap pieces of paper. And then I just added some little pink or brown pearl, half-back pearls. Now, these are from, they're all in the bag, because the glue had dried out and they were falling off. So I'm not going to throw them away. So I just put them in a little Ziploc bag, and so I saved them. So there's some gems in there too, a couple of gems in there, but mostly flat back pearls. And I'm not going to throw them away because I use glue on them anyway. So let's go ahead and get our flowers up here glued down. So some hot glue for that. And I want part of that other sunflower to show. So we're going to put that a little higher. And I want to stay away from my edges because my shadow box is 12 by 12. So I always, before I do too much to a project, like I took this piece of paper and I made sure it was going to fit in my shadow box, because sometimes when you get a piece of paper, it is actually bigger than 12 by 12. And then once you get everything designed and on there, it's harder to trim it down. So I always just take it, trim it down, and test fit it and make sure so I don't have any regrets. Now I'm going to glue this one in here. There's a similar looking flower right here, I think. Thought that was pretty close. I mean, it's a little more, but pretty close to that. So I'm going to put this in there, and you'll still be able to see that other one. So just like that. Okay. I also have this little fox. Now they have an adorable owl down here, and I like the owl, but he's so small that, and I did not have an owl. So I have this adorable fox, and I love fox. So I have a few of them in my craft room here and there. So I am going to put him right there. So I love the owl. It's a cute owl, and I wish I had an owl shape, but I don't. So we're going to put the fox in there. Okay, and I got to grab another glue stick here. All right. And then I've also cut out a bunch of these leaves from that same die for the sunflower. And I also took my tool and just did the back side to give it some curvature and character. And I am going to trim off this extra little piece here. I don't like the looks of that. And I won't cover it up. So, and I'm going to put these in this general area here. And I'm going to cut this one off too. Now, these were just cut in that same yellow. And then these were cut in a darker gold color. See that? Nope, that wasn't that same yellow. It was just some scrap yellow I had in my scrap bin. Okay, so I'm going to try to pair these up with these ones here. So you'll get that look from underneath. And I'm just going to, since I've got my hot glue right here, I'm just going to use a little bit of that. And I want to come close to that edge, but not go over it. And this one, I think I'm going to put right in there like that. Okay. And I could use my regular glue for this, my art glitter glue. All right. We got intertwine those there. And then I thought that this little peach one, I think that's the one I decided on, would look pretty there. So I'm just going to glue that there. And I did notice that that has a little mark on it. I don't know what that is. Let me see if my eraser will. Nope. That won't remove it. We'll figure out something there. Maybe I can get that underneath there. Nope. Okay. I'll figure out something. But that's the one I want to use there. And that was a Prima flower. What is on there? I have no idea. Okay. Because it was kind of like that when I took it out of the package. There we go. So we got that. And I would like maybe some leaves there. So again, I'm going to cut off that extra part of that stem. And then round that off. And we're going to put a couple of these over here. Right down in there like that. I thought I would like a few of these little flowers on there. So we'll get some of those. I also have, this is from Cartabella, and it's some chipboard pieces, chipboard accents. And it's fall, so I thought maybe some of these would look cute on our little things here. So let me see here. Maybe the fall, hello, that says hello fall. And then we have got a little pumpkin here. And let's see what else we've got. I don't want anything too big. Let's see. How about don't want another phrase. Let me see. Oh, here's a little blue pumpkin, and let's do this little white pumpkin. Okay. Let's do that on there. And I think that is good. There's a little word fall. So we'll go with that. So they are sticky, but I'm going to put some hot glue on them anyway, because I know that glue sometimes fails. So let's put that down like that. It adds dimension and a little bit of character there, right? Put those down there like that. Okay. Thought about cutting out, doing 4 and cutting out the word fall, but I thought, nope. I don't want to. So that one there. Don't want to cover up his pretty face. There we go. So I've got that arranged so that those petals will go right around his little face. Let's see here, just like that. Perfect. And I think this one right down here at the bottom. This is another Prima one. Just like that. I'll cover up his little tip of his tail. And then this one is a Kaiser Craft paper bloom. And all I did was add a little bit of that same scattered straw and that same sponge sugar on there. So just to give it a little bit of that color. And this does have a little wire on it, so I'm going to cut that off. I don't need a wire, and I think we're going to put that right in there. Just like so. All right. So that's what we got going on so far. I think it's cute. Okay, that's down. Let's add a few of these little flowers in here. Create a nice little display, right? Well, maybe we'll do 2 up here since we've got that space there, and then the one down there. Okay, so let's do that. So just a tiny dab of hot glue. There we go. And these are the cutest little flowers. And like I said, they were just punched out of scraps. So, and easy with that little punch. And they make a nice little addition to a project. Hold on up so you can see. Isn't that cute? They're just the cutest little things. And so easy. I just took now if you don't have one of those tools, I know Dollar Tree has some ball tools, and that's all basically you would need. Or you could use any soft, like rounded edge that's small enough, and just push inside the center. Now you don't even need this foam. That's all I did to these, was I sat them on there and pushed in the center. Now these were decorative cardstock. It was a little heavier, so it did miss those lightly, because I wanted them to curl up just a little bit more. They were curling a little bit, but I just misted them and just pressed in the center with the ball tool. So if you don't, I mean, you could use a little. This is just a little piece of it's a little piece of wood, but if you had like a skewer that's about the size of a skewer, you could just use that. You don't need the foam. Stack up some newspaper or anything else you can find to give yourself a little cushion. That's all you need. That's all this does, is give you a cushion to work with. So, all right. So now I think I'm going to go with, all right, this little pumpkin here is just from Dollar Tree last year's fall wood assortments. It was already pre-painted. So all I did was take the pink, again, the sugar, and I just kind of smudged it around, and then did a couple little smudges there. I then just took some of my markers. One was a glitter marker, and I just outlined the edge and then came in and did the center like that, just to give it more character. Then took a little brown fine tip marker and did the actual little stem there. And I thought this was going to be cute. And see, the sticker already fell off that, so it's dry. I thought this was going to be cute down in here, like so. So let's go ahead and add some glue to that. And we're going to put it right down in here, just like that. Okay. In addition to that, I have, and these I got at Hobby Lobby last fall. You get a box of them, and it was $4.99 for a box, and it was in their fall crafts, and it's just called Many Leaves. Now, I was there a couple weeks ago and didn't see these out yet. I don't know if they're going to have them this year. Typically, they do. Typically, they have these little wooden things, but like I said, I didn't see them. So, but they probably don't have everything out yet, or didn't at that time. So I've chosen 3 of these little wooden leaves, and at least I thought I did. I don't know where my third one went. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. It's green. Okay. So I'm going to glue those down there. And then I took this glitter pumpkin from that same sheet from the Dollar Tree. Again, added just a little brown there. And we are going to add some hot glue to that. And that's going to go just off the edge of this pumpkin here a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to glue the leaves like this on this side of it. Leaving a little space in between them. And then we'll just put a couple dabs of glue on here. And then that one will be in the middle, just like that. And then I'm going to use some of these little flowers here to decorate also. Ooh, got the glue strings going on those. All right. So let's just get some flowers on there. We will do 3 of the flowers, 1 of each color. And like that. I'm just going to use my scissors to kind of press those down in there a little bit. Okay. Just until they start setting up. There we go. All right. So then we have that. And let's go ahead and add some flowers to these ones. Maybe 2 like that. And then 1 over here. Like so. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. There we go. And I will be trying to put out at least 1 tutorial a week. So once the little one gets in school this fall, as long as things go good and they don't mask her up, then she'll be in school. Okay, let's do that. Then I'll have a little more time. Today's my day off. And I have to go to the dentist today because I had a tooth that decided to break. Next week I got to go to the dentist next Tuesday too because it's my cleaning. Already scheduled. Okay. I like that. You can see a couple of my stars have fallen here. All right. I think that's good. I think that is plenty on there. So I think we're going to end it there. It's got lots of character and dimension. I am happy with it. So I will put this in the frame and take a picture of it. And that will be the cover photo. So I'll go through and make sure I got all the glue strings. But I think that is it. Like I said, you could easily put a picture in here if you wanted to. And then bring your flowers or ever around the picture. I don't know if I've got a blank picture here. I usually do, but oh, here we go. So if you wanted to slide a picture in there or two, you could get a couple pictures there. Slide them underneath things. Just make it yeah, you could have a picture slid up under there and a picture slid up under there, and you'd have a photo one. So you can put mats on there if you want, but yeah, I love it. I'm happy with it. And that's what's important. Doesn't matter if anybody else is happy with it. I'm happy with it. I'm the one that has to look at it every day. And that's what's important. When you do your artwork, you do it for you. Don't do it for somebody else. Do it for you because it's yours. And, you know, people might say, oh, I would have done different. Great. Do it different. You know what? Because we all have individual tastes. We are all different. And we all like different colors. We all like different themes. So you do you and stand proud, because we all have individuality, and everybody is an artist inside. So pull out that inner artist and grab some glue, some paper, and some pre-made flowers and have fun, because that's what it's all about. Calming ourselves in this crazy world and giving ourselves a moment of peace and tranquility and just being able to be us and create. I love you all. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down in the right hand corner. A bell will pop up. If you hit that bell, you can choose notifications to be alerted each time that I put up a new tutorial. And as always, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.